Greetings. This is round two. Now, mind you, everybody out there in the chat, you don't know how embarrassing it was that I was talking to myself and no one was here. I didn't go live. I didn't press the button, but now I did. So we're going to go from the top again. Welcome to the 1/6 Scale Man proudly presents Say What? And as always, I have a great panel tonight. I wanted to have this discussion. It's near and dear to my heart. Something that will come with possibly a little bit of controversy, but at the same time, who cares? It's all inclusive. You know, opinions always allowed, but I'm so glad to have everybody on board with us tonight. I have an amazing panel of individuals. Love them all. For the exception of one sometimes. He gets on my nerve. But anyway, let's bring them all in. Guys, how are you tonight?
What up?
How's it going?
Good,
Oh,
good,
man.
sure.
Good. Oh, man. So glad to have everybody on board with us tonight. We have a great panel, great discussion. Off the top, we have your boy, KG Chalamet. How you doing tonight, man?
What's going on, man? Hey, I thought we were rehearsing for a second. I was like,
Yeah, we were.
Live.
Yeah.
We
You know, I
were.
was like, Lael has done this so many times. I mean, what's there to
no.
rehearse?
Yeah,
You know?
I know. We go unrehearsed, but tonight, I guess it just took a bit of rehearsal. I don't know what the hell happened, but, you know, we're here. Glad you're here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Joe Lynch, glad to have you here tonight, especially for this discussion, man. How you doing tonight, bro?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Good. I'm so glad you're here. And brother Cousins, aka your boy Lando in Modern Times. How you doing, bro?
What's up, guys? Man, Leo, thank you for bringing me on, man.
Oh,
Happy to
man.
be here tonight.
And guess what? I have a very, very special guest. I have two special guests here tonight, man. We have CC3PO in the building. She doesn't know that poster in the back of, and that she has back there of Vader. I'm gonna find a way to finagle and get that over here. So you know, we'll see how that works. How are you doing?
Not the special guest. It's Vader. Vader.
Vader's a special guest. Yeah. Okay. Well, we got Vader in the building as always. But I'm so glad you can actually get on board with us tonight. So glad to have you here.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. So good to have you here. And we have Dre from 6 Scale Reviews. What's going on with you, brother?
What's up, man? You know, one half of the tag team champions, just
I like
representing for
that.
6 Scale Reviews.
I like
Dan
that,
said
bro.
he'll join in later, but it's a
Okay.
blessing. Thanks for having me. I'm a big
Yes,
fan
man.
of the show. Thank you.
Oh, man, so glad to have you here. Definitely. And y'all all know him. Y'all all love him. You know, he comes through in the clutch all the time. The one and only, forget his name. That name down there doesn't matter. His true name is the butt naked assassin in the building. We got Brendan Riley, butt naked assassin. That's his name.
He
What's
knows
up?
this is real. He knows this is the truth. He knows this is the real one.
What's
Forget
up,
all
brother?
the other. He knows this is it.
What's up, brother?
Not much, man. I'm just I got my I got an email today that my Maji case, my next round of Maji cases, will be here on Monday.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's pretty nice.
Nice.
Gonna have to devote some time to building those to match these ones, so I can get my Star Wars collection out of those damn Detolfs.
Okay.
So that'll be nice.
Okay. Well, at least you're getting them in. It
I
may
know.
Take a little bit of time.
I'm
You're finally
excited.
getting them in. That's what's up. Well,
I mean, these ones were only like I ordered them in May, so only like a 4 or 5 month turnaround.
compared to the year that
wow.
we waited, right?
Yeah. The last one was like 10, 11 months. So this one, they hooked me up and I got it turned around in about like 4.5, 5 months.
Yeah. See.
And it would have been faster than that. It was just they were stuck in the ports for like 2 months, basically.
I wonder how much longer the ports is going to be a problem.
Well, I guess they're opening up ports in Florida actually to take overflow from the backup in California, and like FedEx and a couple other companies are hiring more people and going 24/7 now. So they're going to be to try and like get rid of the log jam there. So hopefully
Definitely.
stuff starts to open up and start move a little bit faster now. We'll see. I mean,
I'm
it got the
hoping.
holidays coming up, so who knows?
Well, we'll definitely see, man. I hope that anybody who hasn't gotten their cap yet, I'm sorry for you. Hopefully you'll get it soon. Anybody who hasn't gotten their Thor yet,
You got it, right?
No.
I got 'em.
Are you serious? Because I saw somebody post on on Facebook earlier today that that it went to add to cart, like in stock on Sideshow's website.
I
No,
pre-ordered in April,
really?
dog. I'm still
Wow.
I haven't checked it, and
Wow.
I'm afraid to go in and check it out.
I saw that on Facebook.
While you check that, I'm gonna address the chat real quick. We have Jazzy in the building. So glad to have you here tonight. We have let me see, Luminara 843. So glad to have you. We have Six Scale Mafia in the building. Funky Cold Santa is in the building. We have Bad Fish 54 Link in the building. No,
In
5447.
stock, add to cart.
Damn, that's a
Oh
shame.
wow, it is.
Wow.
Ain't that
Tobar
some
is in the
shit?
building. We have Mike Fiala. We'll get to that in a second. We have let me see here, Philip the Fool. We have Louis Blitz with the super chat. Sup everyone on the panel and in the chat. You all rock. Looking forward to tonight's show. Thank you for having. We have my love Toya T in the building. So glad to have you here, baby. We have well, he's on the show, but we have Lynch Design. We got S Beam in the building. We got Sean Paul, Wessel's Figures in the building. We got Saya Dream. Let's see else. We got brother's cousin. We got Joey Dahl in the building. Mike Fiala, Tobar. Oh man, Bob Dylan in the building with the butt naked ass assassin in the building. I like that. Definitely. We got Rodrigo 16 New Zealand in the building, man. So glad to have you here. Oh man, we got a Kinky Sphincter in the building. How you doing?
Hey,
Shut up,
you're
bro.
learning how to pronounce it. Finally.
Shut up.
Only
We
took
have
like
Linda
40
in the
something
building. We have Blitz 0065 in the building. Philip the Fool. Big Collectors in the building. We have JP Noble in the building. Zero Gravitas in the building. Angel is in the building, most definitely. We got Doc Smizzle. My man Doc Smizzle in the building. Oh, man, quite a few. So glad to have everybody here. Who else? Let me see. What else? I want to make sure I covered everybody. We got pretty much everybody here. We got another super chat that just came through from Westwood Design. Great panel tonight. Much love to you all. Don't forget to smash that like button. Thank you very much for that, man. Do smash that like button. So let's kind of jump in. Now, let me just, before we, I just want to address it this way. Another super chat from Lynch. Always coming, man.
Joe, you know you don't have to do super chats when you're on the show, right?
Hey,
Yeah, but it's
that's
my
his thing.
job.
He
That's
just
my
be.
job.
It's
That's his
always
thing. That's his thing. You want to show up. Yo, it's
One
crazy.
kind-hearted gentleman.
Such a kind-hearted dude. Awesome. But the reason why I have everyone here today, because like I said, it's all about representation and inclusion. Now, we've seen over the past, I would actually say, year, that Hot Toys has made steps towards somewhat, giving us certain figures that were kind of unexpected, some that were, we would hope that they would have given us. But again, we're talking about some that, we wanted to definitely see that represents each and every one of us. You know what I mean? In a sense where that's what this show is about. That's what the culture is about. Inclusion, at the same time, diversity. You know what I mean? For every 101 Iron Man that we actually get, we still have figures that are sitting there that we've never seen yet. Okoye,
Yeah.
Valkyrie.
Mantis.
Mantis,
Yeah.
the whole Dora Milaje.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
M'Baku.
there's M'Baku, you know what I mean? Like there's so much that we actually haven't seen yet. And the question is, like, why? Like, now here's the thing. Now I'm gonna address the chat with this, and this is what I don't want us to actually enter into, because like I said, it's okay to debate, no bashing, no ignorance, no racist comments. That's not allowed here. If it's seen, you will be removed. I just want to say that right off the top, because we want to have a really, really positive discussion, but welcoming opinions, because that's what we do here.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest things is I want to stray away from the conversation about the marketplace, because to me, I think that's a cop-out. It's an excuse. It becomes an excuse when all we talk about is the marketplace. Well, this is what sells. This is what's, because then you're making excuse and enabling habits that shouldn't be going on right now. So I do want to basically mention that right off the top. This isn't about the marketplace. There are other channels for that. On this particular channel, we're talking about the figures and why we don't see some of them released and what the problem is. And I'm just wondering why. Granted, we've seen what, Lando?
Yeah.
We do see that we're going to get a, Captain America from, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So we'll have a Sam Wilson. We will also basically have a Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka. So I'm so happy about that. Esposito, the man, the myth, as Moff Tarkin. Moff Gideon. So we see these things, but we should see more, right? Am I right or wrong? Like, don't you think there should have been more? You think it's long overdue?
Yes.
Now, I'm because you know what? This is ladies first, and we got to always do the respect here. Ladies first. So while the lady is speaking, gentlemen, we're going to give her time and her space, and when she's done, she's done. So C3PO, what do you think? Like, why, in your opinion, like, what figure would you say that you have wanted to see that has not been released yet? That that you might actually say was pretty much important, something that you thought should have, and you've questioned why that figure hasn't been here. I think I can't hardly hear you. You went out. Nope, still can't hear you.
This was totally me last time.
Okay, while she's actually doing that, brother's cousin, I'm gonna go to you while she's trying to actually fix that. Once she comes in, and she'll let me know. What do you basically think? What figures have you wanted to see that we actually haven't seen yet? You're muted.
You muted too. Jesus, everybody's muted.
Thank you. I was about
There
to
you
go.
go. There you go. There you go.
Oh man. My biggest beef right now is Valkyrie. That is my biggest beef. And the reason why. And the funny thing is, I have damn near the whole Gladiator, Thor Ragnarok line, and having that line is great. And when you're a completionist and you're just trying to get everything together, it's hard when you don't have that representation there, especially how big that character was in the movie. I mean, she was like running around saving everybody's ass. And it was funny because last year I actually caught myself buying, I bought the Stan Lee figure. And I thought it was a great figure. And I'm like, oh man, the Stan Lee figure is great. And I'm glad to have it in the collection. But when I posted up with the rest of them and I sat back and looked at it, I got real pissed off. Because I was like, you know what? And nothing against Stan Lee. I mean, Stan Lee, that's the man. That's the creator right there. But the fact of the matter is that we didn't get a Valkyrie figure. We were shown a Valkyrie figure, but they just never brought it up. And I don't know why. Because that figure that was a toyetic figure. And it was it was a great looking figure. And I don't understand why they didn't come up with that.
Yeah. That, and this is her right here.
Yeah, what's up?
This is her right here. I mean, such a beautiful figure. One of the ones that, and then here's the thing, that when they released this figure, when we actually got the prototype originally, she had jointed arms. Now we actually see an update, even an updated sculpt with seamless. They did the upgrade,
right,
but just never released her.
Yeah,
and my question is, why? Like, what was the point in that? It just never really made any sense to me that you would introduce a figure, but then we just never get it. Like, that's one of the things that really never made sense to me. C3PO, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good now.
There we go.
It's,
There we go.
I swear, it's every other stream I have problems. I'm so sorry.
No, that's
You're
okay.
fine.
But my answer to that question would have been Black Manta.
Ah,
there you
Even
go.
not knowing anything about Aquaman, when it comes to DC, I'm Batman all the way. I at least knew who Black Manta was. Because it's kind of like Batman, Joker, Aquaman, Black Manta. And he's a fantastic actor. I loved him in Watchmen.
Yes.
I think it's criminal that we don't have figures like this, like Black Manta, like Valkyrie, without making a bunch of stupid excuses as to why they haven't been produced. And as far as like the marketing thing, that's a BS reason too, because there's obviously a need for these.
Yeah.
Like how long were people asking for Cyber before they actually did it? So they can't argue that the figure's not going to sell, because it will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
but
that's a
going
great
back
point.
into, I'm sorry to chime in, but going back to that, and I mean, it's hard not to address the market. I mean, let's be honest. When that figure came out, Cyborg, when Cyborg finally released, I was hearing from my guys and my connects over there in Hong Kong that the line was not long at all. It was like two people in line.
Yeah, there's a
And
picture of
the
it.
week before, Iron Man figure, I think, name your Iron Man figure. It was a line, around the corner for a pre-order. So it's just like, I don't know. It's that I hate, like you said, Leo. I hate to go into that whole market thing,
Yeah.
but it's a company in Hong Kong, so they're going to appeal to that market first. But it is American IP, so that's where it's like, hey, and you sell to America, so why not produce it and put it out for? If it's not working in Hong Kong, I get it, but us in America want it, so why don't you make it? And those should be the figures that we get, before anybody.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah, like it to me. I mean, again, because I've asked this. And here's the thing, though. It's a shame that we have to shy away from this conversation. It's a shame that there hasn't been a discussion like this before. Because the thing is, it's very important. Like I said, representation is important. I mean, I'm not ashamed to say it. I'll be 48 on Monday. And I'm happy that I've been able to basically live this long and through.
You don't look a day over 60, dude.
But I've been happy that I'm so happy that I've been able to live this long and see evolution. But coming up when, basically all I had as a figure, back then as a collectible was, my Kenner Lando Calrissian that I got. Which was basically like in Joe, you remember that, it was just basically like the Kenner figure with the plastic cape.
Dude,
And that was a
yeah.
one-off. You remember that? And it was basically a one-off. And ever since then, we haven't actually seen it. We might see a few figures here and there, but it wasn't as diverse. And I'm talking about like, you never seen too many Latino figures. You never seen,
Right.
Too many Asian figures. You never seen too many, black figures. You didn't see all of this. Even like Middle Eastern figures, you didn't really see a lot of it. You know what I mean? Which, in a sense, it made zero sense to me because we, in the market here, it's supposed to be, especially in the U.S., it's supposed to be all about inclusion. My question is, like, when we think about, the, Korean, or not the Korean, the Chinese market, like, what? Now, all right, let me reference it by saying this. We all know what actually happened with John Boyega with The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We know what happened about that. We know that, when that was released, there was an American promotional poster, and it was the Asian, the Chinese market had a poster. And what they did was they shrunk his head. Like they shrunk him down to size and put him in as a background character.
Yeah.
And brought everybody up to, but you produced the character, which was a one-off, but it was very small quantity. So if you got it and it sold out, you would never see it again. Because we've gotten 3 films in total and only got one fin.
Yeah.
And that, to me, I didn't think about it at that time. But then now that I look at it, and once I basically started, diving back in and collecting and looking at some of these figures, it's like, what do we do? Like us as collectors, it's shameful because when we see movies, we look at movies and we see new movies released. It's not about the film itself. Yeah, you might enjoy that film for a day, but in the back of your mind, you're like, Hot Toys, what are you going to actually grab? Like, what's the IP going to grab? You know what I mean?
Let's also be honest about that fin. I mean, that portrait was doo-doo stew. Like, it wasn't. Come on. It wasn't a good release.
Regardless, we got one. That's the thing, is we got a Finn figure. But it was the simple fact that they did him so wrong. And then we got that one with the same head sculpt, just, you know what I mean? So
He looks constipated.
I don't know. I don't know. Let me pass this over real quick. I'm gonna pass this over to you, Joe, real quick, because I want to hear your take on this. Why do you think, like, a lot of these figures have been passed up? Like, what is your take on that, bro?
Well, do you really want me to be that guy? Because there's a lot of unspoken racism in Asian communities, and there is a lot of racism in between different Asian races.
Mm.
And the most problems I've ever had is with Koreans, actually. Once they find out I'm half, dude, it's like they don't talk to me. And it's usually first or second gen, but they see that I don't have an accent, and like my buddy Angel, he's my best friend. And just to prove a point, I was like, yo, check this out, dude. And he goes, I think you're wrong, man. I go, watch this. So we were in Toys R Us and we were looking at a video game. And I walk up to this dude and I go, yo, dude, you know anything about this game? I heard it's sick. He looked at me, he put the game down and bounced.
Wow.
And then my buddy Angel was like, holy shit, dude. Like, I've never seen that. If you would, like, you were telling me this and I didn't believe you, but now I do. And it happens quite a bit. And when I was growing up, you know, I grew up in an extremely racist town. And so, like, you know, I didn't get to share my love for anything pop culture with my, you know, with that small group that I had. And then I was always constantly getting teased at school. And then I was like, well, maybe it'll get better if another Asian family moves to town. In 8th grade, a Korean family moved to town and they found out I was half and they didn't talk to me.
Wow.
So I didn't fit in with the town kids, and I heard every racial slur in 2nd grade. And I can't imagine them watching Apocalypse Now and Platoon and all that shit at 2nd grade. They learned it from their parents or their friends.
Yeah.
You know, the classmates, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't fit in with them, and I didn't fit in with the Asian community that moved to town. It's like I had no space, man. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So to go back to what's going on in figures, I think it's really apparent because if you look at a poster in Japan of Will Smith, I think the movie is Focus, but they change his skin tone on the poster, and you're just like, yo, he looks more like he's a really tanned Asian dude in glasses than you know, African American, right?
Yeah.
And so I think there's a lot there that's just not being talked about.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm still pissed. I'm like, where's my Luke Cage? Where's my Misty Knight? You better give me my fucking Photon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I really think, you know, as much as people don't want to say it, there's a bias.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't have to make Black Panther, they wouldn't have, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's so many great people in that cast that they could have made.
Yeah.
Okoye.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Where's M'Baku?
Yes.
You know, the list goes on. How about the parents?
You had an Academy Award winning actress as, you know, T'Challa's mom.
Exactly. Are you not going to Angela Bassett? Like,
we
Nella
cannot
needs her groove. Come on, let's go.
Exactly. So that's my point. Like
Valkyrie, like it goes. The list is just ridiculous.
The
and
list
if they
goes
didn't
on.
have to make Captain America, the new one with, you know, Anthony Mackie, would they have?
So you think it's more so pressure that they've gotten from the market or from the?
I think it's both. I think it's a huge bias, and then the market, they're not picking it up. But geez, dude, worldwide, no, that doesn't make any sense. No. Worldwide, I see those figures like taking off.
Yeah.
And so I wonder. I think it's a combination of things, but I do believe that there is a bias there. And hey, Howard, you better fix that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we need those things. Like, how are we gonna collect 3/4 of a line and then miss one figure, and then you show a rendition of it and an upgrade, and you don't release it? And what are you gonna hold it for? The new Thor: Love and Thunder, and then what? You got to upgrade the suit.
Yeah.
And then the paint on the face sculpt, you got to redo it again.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. And they just need to own it. Like, put these figures out, because even if they don't sell in Hong Kong, you know they're going to sell everywhere else.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse.
None
There's
at all.
just no excuse.
Not at all. Not at
And
all.
that's how I feel about it. It's bullshit.
Nah, that's great. That's a drop the mic moment, like straight up. That's drop the mic.
Seriously.
KG, I'm gonna go to you next, bro, because like I said, you're. I mean, it's interesting to hear your take on it. Like I said, because you're, I take it like you're one of the youngest in the group.
No, I'm pretty old.
you're the young buck in the group.
You're old in dog years.
How do you feel about it, man? Like, how do you feel about the lack of diversity when it comes to collecting, and a lack of diversity when it comes to like the figures that are released?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a pretty hard topic to talk about when it comes to Hot Toys, because I mean, with the Black Panther figures from that line, it brought so many African American people to collecting Hot Toys, because they felt that they have a place with Hot Toys, right?
Yeah.
Because of these African American, these Hot Toys, right? With Black Panther, T'Challa, and everybody. And now, with not seeing Valkyrie and, Koya and all these other great, African American characters in these superhero films, it sort of lacks for them, and it leaves a bad taste in people's mouths with
Yeah.
Hot Toys. And I'm Middle Eastern, so for me it's kind of hard not to see something that represents me.
Yeah.
The only thing that could come close to that is Kumail Nanjiani in the Eternals.
Yeah.
So if they make a figure, I'm 100% buying it, because that's as close to where I'm at. So
Yeah.
I hope we get something from the Eternals. I hope we get every single one of them. I know Hot Toys is known for not finishing a line, but I hope they go for that. And seeing this
Yeah.
winter, this Falcon, Captain America Falcon. This was 100% pre-order for me. I have
Yeah.
to get it. I don't have
Yeah.
a Falcon in the collection, and let me tell you something. The rest of the series, the rest of the episodes were not that great, but the last episode was something meaningful to everybody.
Yes, it
That
was.
message at
Yes,
the
it
end was so like I got emotional afterwards. I'm like,
Yes.
this is 100% a buy for me, no matter what.
Yeah.
I have to have this in the collection. I haven't pre-ordered Bucky yet, but this was a 100% buy for me day one. So I'm glad. I can't wait to get this. But yeah, I mean, I hope that Hot Toys sees this, sees this live stream that you're doing, Lael, and hears us, because there are a lot of people out there that wants representation when it comes to collecting these things, right? So I hope that Hot Toys changes their game in their road and try something new. For a
Good,
change.
bro.
So.
Nice response, man. That was incredible. I love that
Yeah,
response,
thank
because
you.
you hit a lot of really great key points, man. Love that.
Yeah.
Dre, my man. I just love the name Dre. Like, Dre is powerful, bro. What's going on with you, brother? Like, yeah, man. Like, let me get your take, bro. Like, what do you feel about like the lack of diversity and inclusivity when it comes to like these figure releases, man?
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, like my real name is Andres. I'm Mexican, and no one could ever pronounce my name, so everyone in high school just called me Dre, and it just kind of stuck with me. But I kind of I gotta say I agree a lot with what Joe said. I think it's all about the society that we live in. There's this kind of narrative that's being pushed, and it's I don't see it changing. It kind of sucks. I feel like it's gonna go on like this for a long time. I don't really know of too many Hispanic Latino characters right now that are kicking ass in the MCU or the comics. I mean, we got Miles right now. That's great, but I would want like a Blue Beetle or
Yes.
Exactly. I know we got a video game, Spider-Man 2099, but a different comic rendition of him would be cool.
Yeah.
Just to throw other characters out there, like how about a Wong for the Doctor Strange fans?
There you go.
I'm still waiting for I know they released a Sam Jackson, but I still want my Mace. And I feel like, yeah, man. So I don't know. I agree with everything that you guys are saying. It's really sad, and I just feel like Hot Toys is the main entity behind this, because they have the power to make everyone happy. They can complete lines that they wanted to. but I feel like them being a Hong Kong-based company, there definitely is more to that. You know, there's a narrative being written there, and yeah, I mean, it sucks. I
Yeah.
wish that we could do more, something more about it, but it
Yeah.
doesn't look like it's gonna happen anytime soon.
And that's what we're pushing for, bro. We're pushing for that, and the conversation should be had. And again, it's not about the marketplace. This is just reality. You know what I mean? They're looking at, okay, what they think won't sell in their market, but there's so many different markets out there. Especially, they get a vast amount of money from the U.S. We put a lot of money into these particular figures, and it's like, not that we want to actually feel like we're privileged. We're just asking for, influence, like diversity. A lot of us want to see ourselves through these figures because there's a lot of them out there. So, real quick, shout out to for the 99 cent super sticker.
Yay! She's
Can't wait.
awesome.
She's super awesome.
Yeah.
Possibly have her on tomorrow night's show. I can't wait. Brendan, and the reason why, okay, so Brendan, all right, so people don't know, and everybody knows out there, and you already know. The reason why I F's with Brendan, and I've been effing with him from day one, is because he's one of the realest individuals that I know. And he doesn't bite his tongue. Never. So you may not agree with certain things that he says, but
So
he
you
never
Never
never bites his
sugarcoats.
tongue, and he never sugarcoats, and he's just going to give you the truth. And that's what I definitely appreciate. Brendan, and why you see this, right?
That's why I say
We've just
half Korean.
we've seen this. We've
We're
talked
the
about
Gochugan gang.
yeah, right.
Going on, that's right.
We've talked about this for years now. Like we've constantly had this discussion. Hell, we've had battles in different groups about it. You know what I mean? So what's your take, bro? Like what's I'm interested in hearing your take, and I'm sure pretty much everybody's interested in hearing your take on this, bro.
Well, I mean, like you said, it's not that we want to focus too much on the market and what's profitable, but the truth is that Hot Toys bases a lot of their decisions on what they think is going to sell in the Asian markets. And as Joe pointed out, there is among many other communities, it's not just in Hong Kong, it's not just among Asian communities, obviously, but there's a lot of racism there toward other cultures, between different Asian cultures. And like you also said, these kids in second grade weren't watching Apocalypse Now and and picking up slurs from that. It's taught, it's learned behavior. Okay. And kids nobody's born deciding, oh, that guy doesn't look like me, I don't like him, I hate him. Like it's been proven. Kids don't think that way. They are taught to think that way. And put it this way, last year when all the protests were happening after George Floyd, my daughter, who was 8 at the time, we're seeing all this stuff on TV, on the news, and she's very emotionally, like, she's got high EQ. She picks up on things that most other kids don't at her age.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked at my wife and I, and she was like, learning about like history and racism and civil rights. And she's like, so if I was like born back then, like in the like 60s or something, I wouldn't be allowed to be friends with the people I'm friends with today, would I? Like, she's an 8-year-old and she's picking up on that and how fucked up that is.
Yeah.
And that's something that, because she's one of the few white kids in her class. She's in a very, very diverse school, which my wife and I love. And so she doesn't learn that hate and that ignorance from us. And it's kind of a miracle that I didn't learn that from generations above me, because there is no racism in my family. That was always taught to be wrong by my parents and by even my grandparents, which is funny because my grandmother, when she came over here from Ireland when she was like 18, 19 years old, and the first black person that she saw, she said, "Oh my God, look at the tan on that one," because she didn't know that he was black. She did literally legitimate. She didn't know. She had never seen in person a black person before.
Yeah.
Right? So it doesn't go back that far. Was it even Dave Chappelle had said that like his great grandfather was a slave?
Yeah.
That is like a mind fuck to think that that was not that long ago, right?
Mhm.
And so this is the kind of stuff that it carries into collecting in it, and it seems
Yeah.
asinine that it would, but it
Yeah.
does, because when you look at perfect example is Thor Ragnarok. All
Mhm.
right, we got how many Thors out of that? Like three
Mhm.
different
Yeah.
Thors out of that.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
got Hulk,
Yep.
we got Hela,
Mhm.
we got Loki,
Mhm.
we got Stan fucking Lee as a barber.
Right.
Yeah.
The straw
What's-
that broke the camel's back.
What's the character that we didn't get?
Valkyrie, bro.
Valkyrie. Like, come on. We
And
get,
Mhm.
we get obviously from Rogue One, we got all the main cast. They can't, even though it was a female character, which we don't get as much love for female characters either. They couldn't really do any Rogue One
Exactly.
figures without Jin. Okay,
Right.
Diego
but
Luna.
we got
Exactly.
K2. We got they did a Vader. They did a bunch of troopers. All right, and we got Krennic. But you look at all that. Who didn't we get? All right, we didn't get the people of color. We got Donnie Yen because he's from China and he's huge over there. So okay, fine. We didn't get Baze Malbus.
Nope.
We didn't get Cassian Andor. We didn't
Nope.
get Bodhi.
Nope.
Nope.
Like this is not subtle. This is not nuanced. It's right in your face.
Blatant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just the truth of the matter is I was looking through my collection before tonight, and I was trying to think like, all right, how many Latino actors do I have in my collection? It's like, well, I've got Gamora. She's got green skin. Okay.
Right.
I've got a bunch of Mandos, no head sculpt.
Yeah.
I've got Miles now, no head sculpt on the PS5. I know that they'll have one for the animated, but the PS5 doesn't have one.
Mhm.
Like I don't have that many characters that have any type of Hispanic heritage. Then same thing. You look at as far as
Exactly.
black characters. I've got Black Panther and Killmonger. I think that might be it in my collection.
Yeah.
All right, and I have a pretty extensive collection. So if they made them, I would buy them. Like,
Exactly.
So this isn't this isn't subtlety. This isn't like, oh well, I mean, I guess there's this. No, it's just wrong. It's not representative of the world that we live in terms of the people that live on this planet. It is representative in terms of attitudes
Yeah.
toward other cultures and other genders and other ethnicities.
Yeah.
But so that drives me crazy because like you said, Valkyrie and Baze Malbus would probably be the two that would drive me crazy the most, that we saw prototypes and then never got.
And we never got 'em.
But I will say that I do see some hope moving forward. Not because I think Hot Toys is like, okay, well, the Asian market is opening up and they're, not because of that. I don't think there's really going to be much of a choice because Marvel and DC are pushing the envelope with diversity.
Yeah.
Right.
To the point where they're just going to be movies and TV shows where they're going to have to make these characters.
Yeah.
All right. You can't do this. You can't do a Black Panther 2 or the was it not War for Wakanda? What's the TV show that they're going to do on Disney Plus? I forget the title, but the Wakandan TV show. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
You can't do those. You can't do Ms. Marvel with Kamala Khan. Okay.
Yeah.
You can't do those. You can't have Riri Williams, as
Mhm.
Ironheart,
Right.
Mhm.
and not make those figures. If
Exactly.
they don't make those figures, then that's as big a signal as they could possibly send in the wrong way.
Mhm.
So I feel like not because they're going to evolve or because the Asian markets are suddenly going to open up to them. I think because they're not going to have much of a choice with a lot of these properties, because if they don't do it, it's going to be even more obvious than not getting Valkyrie out of all the Thor Ragnarok figures that we got.
Exactly.
So again, that's why I do have some hope moving forward. It's not necessarily for good reasons on Hot Toys' part, but it is for good reasons on Marvel and DC in pushing that diversity and in wanting to get those characters out there more. So, you know, there's something to be said for that. But bottom line is Hot Toys, just get your fucking shit together.
It'd be nice if Marvel stepped in and goes, "Hey, if you guys want to continue this license, this is what needs to happen."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't give them a choice.
That
If
and
you
it's
want the license, you do.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
And also the characters that you do that are female or minority, like, do them better, okay?
Exactly.
Because again,
Exactly.
I'm sorry that I did not think that they did justice for those Finn releases.
nope.
How
Trash.
long did it take us to get a Lando? Like, really? It took us that long to get a Lando.
Yeah.
Yep.
It took us that long and all that outcry to get a Cyborg. Again, we got the whole Justice League, except which one? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
come on. Like, this is not, you know, so give us these characters and just stop screwing around. It's so blatantly obvious, and again, you're just not going to be able to avoid it much longer.
Hey, Lael.
Yep.
I just want to say, like, to the people in the chat, I don't want you to think I'm generalizing all Asians, because there's plenty of Asian communities out there that are beautiful and they love everyone.
Yes,
So I don't want
there are.
I do not want you guys to think that I'm generalizing and putting everybody in that box. I'm
No.
just telling you what's going on and
Absolutely.
what I've experienced.
And that's what needs to be said. I'm glad you said that, because me myself, I have, one of my best friends, is Korean. One of my best friends is Korean. One of them, I have a really good friend that's Japanese.
My favorite food is Korean.
Exactly. I got like a group of Filipino friends that I always hang out with.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. I have, and they tell me, they have these conversations because there were certain things that I didn't know. I actually, like I said, I lived in Taipei, China for 6 months. For 6 months before I moved to Sydney, Australia. So there were things that I basically witnessed while I was over there that I was like, okay, but I didn't know. And the only reason why I think that I didn't know is because I had an American visa, because it said American on it.
Right.
So that was one of the only reasons why. But certain other things that I saw, it begged me to question it. And then when I started collecting, I was like, wait a minute, now I'm seeing things that are really, really crazy. Like what's really going on? Now, I had this picture up here in front. I wanted to start with CC3PO. CC.
Oh, sorry. By the way, give me Grief Karga, goddammit.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry. I just wanted to throw that in there. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Definitely. CC.
For real.
You see this character, right? And you see the representation, which I was so over the moon when they announced that they were doing a Supergirl and they were doing this version. And then when I basically, like I said, I jumped on the actress's page, and I saw when she got that call by the director and the emotion that went through her when she got the role. Now they're doing the Flash film. Now here's my thing. We know they're going to do a Flash figure. We know basically we're going to get that. We know we're going to get another Keaton figure. We'll possibly get another Ben Affleck figure. We know this already. We know we'll actually, and whoever the villain is, we'll probably, who knows? We'll probably see that. Cece, do you think we will see this Supergirl as a figure? Do you think Hot Toys will be that bold to release this figure?
I'm not hopeful. No one said anything so far that's made me feel hopeful about it.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, it's a shame. Like, I've been looking at the chat, and it's like we shouldn't be calling her casting a brave choice, but it was.
Mm-hmm.
And her inclusion in this big movie.
Yes.
But I never thought I would be saying that Hot Toys and these big companies need to step up and be as progressive as Hollywood.
Yeah.
Because I think Hollywood needs to be more progressive.
Yes.
About
Yes.
how the diversity in their casting.
Yes.
Especially if, like, we talked about Valkyrie. I think it was such a tease for them to show it.
Yep.
But we have no idea when they're going to release it or if they are going to. But I think characters like that are not only have representation in the LGBTQ community, but
Yes.
also a minority and then a woman.
Yes.
I think that's a triple whammy. I don't think we're going to be seeing that. People are going to be calling for more Iron Mans. They're not going to be calling for that figure, unfortunately. But and I think it's a cop out too. I think a lot of people will try to make excuses that they don't do a lot of female characters, or they don't do a lot of female characters well because their face sculpts are hit or miss. I think that's bullshit. Because they come out
Call
with
it.
some beautiful
Say it.
face sculpts. And
Look at that Yelena today.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, what
gorgeous.
the hell?
Yep.
And I was thinking about it too in what we would end up talking about on the stream. And, you know, it made me think another category that I'm sure you guys are not terribly familiar with, but I am, is I remember years ago, I posted an article on Reddit that kind of blew up because it was a model who was working the New York fashion show.
Mm-hmm.
And she was a Black woman, gorgeous woman. And she was talking about how she was having to bring her own makeup products to the show. Because it's New York Fashion Week. It's the biggest
I remember
event in
that.
fashion. And they didn't have the foundation, the concealer, the shades. There's no makeup artist who are comfortable working on a black skin without it looking ridiculous. And so I think of that where I'm like, is that going to be the next excuse they come up with? That there's no artists who are trained or comfortable enough sculpting faces that are not representative of mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me at this point, but yeah, this is quite a depressing conversation.
Yeah.
You know, I hope there's light at the end of the tunnel. I think what he said was true. It's Hollywood is doing so much better in that regard with their casting that Hot Toys is going to have no other choice but to step up and do something about it. Because it's already glaringly obvious that there's a lot of gaps in the characters that they do create and they don't create. So I think maybe there's hope on the horizon, but then you also hear about those actors who are in those situations and have the worst experiences. Like you hear about Gal Gadot on Justice League and how she was treated and how Ray Fisher was treated by Joss Whedon and those kind of things. And that's not heartwarming either.
How she was treated, you know, how what's his name? Ray Fisher was treated.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Unacceptable.
And it just because Brendan actually just sent me a link today where even what was her name again? Ruby Rose.
Yep.
She came out and talked about her treatment from Warner
so
Brothers.
that one's a little bit odd though, because there's stuff that's come out since that has shown that there was actually an investigation into her behavior on the set in
so
season
it's two
1
sides.
because several actors, crew members were like on that production were saying that she was being crazy volatile and being difficult. Again, I have no firsthand knowledge, so I'm not saying one way or the other, but that one is a little bit murkier because there seems to be some evidence that it wasn't because it came out she was actually fired. It wasn't that she chose to let go. She was actually fired. And realistically, if it was something that they could have overlooked because she was the star of the show, it's happened before where studios will fire other actors just to keep the star happy. But this, they were like, she's got to go, and that's a big move to make for after the first season with that central character that is not easily replaced. So I'm not saying 100% that I think she's at fault, but I think there's more to it than just what she said. I think the other side probably has some validity to it too. I mean, it also didn't help that she just, is not a very good actor. Like that show is bad. It's not any better without her, by the way. I'm not like putting it all on her. The writing on Batwoman is horrible, and it kills me because Lael, you and I were like so excited for that show. We wanted it to be great, and I was hoping that the new actress that they have playing Batwoman is better than Ruby Rose. 100%.
She's great because I've seen some of her other shows and stuff like that. She's great.
It's just the writing on that show is atrocious. It's just really bad. But sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. But I think that situation is crazy, and there's going to be more coming from it. But I think that's a little bit different than the Justice League set stuff with Ray Fisher and Gal Gadot, which has a lot more merit that we are aware of.
I'm bringing it up because this is Warner Brothers in general right now.
Yes, Warner Brothers has issues.
Yeah, they do. They do. What were you saying, Joe?
Ben Affleck even said he had a really horrible time doing the reshoots and stuff and being on the set.
Wow.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. See? He said it was night and day. When he made The Flash, he loved it.
Yeah. When he made The Flash.
Mm-hmm.
Because
he said he was like re-energized for playing the character again.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Well, okay. So, CC, you kind of, when you said it's a depressing topic, I want to bring this up really quick. So we're going to deviate from this slightly. We're going to come back to it in a second, but I just want to talk about this since, everyone's been mentioned. I saw people in the chat because they wanted to actually have our opinion on this, but we're going to come back to this subject, but I just want to bring this up real quick because it was an announcement. What do you guys think about this release that we got?
Beautiful.
When we got this figure, Dre, I'm gonna start with you first, man. When you saw this, what were your feelings, bro?
Man, when they showed the pictures or the solicitation photos, last night?
Yeah.
I mean, the figure looks great. I mean, I actually enjoyed the character more than Black Widow's character in the movie.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm pretty surprised about it. As far as connection to this character, it's not really there for me. So I'm not going to lie. I don't really think I'm going to get this. Okay. But the figure looks great. I mean, I like the head sculpt. It looks pretty good. There's some angles where it kind of looks like her and it kind of doesn't. But I like the outfit. The outfit looks great. The tailoring.
Yeah.
The vest, it looks good. Yeah, it looks like a good looking figure. Just not for me.
Just not something.
I'm just wondering how that. Yeah, I'm just wondering how that white suit's gonna hold up over time. If it's gonna turn yellow or is it gonna get dirty early? But it's a great looking figure.
It's not dirty. It's battle damaged. It's worn. It's weathering.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish they would have gave a different expression. That face sculpt is great. It's just I'm tired of the stern, staring off, smug.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They could. I mean, if they have literally invested more time in giving us 2 head sculpts with different expressions, I know that would be an expensive thing, but damn, come on, try something different. Yeah.
But you gotta. But I mean,
when they
try, you gotta think about it though.
To get stuff like the Dark Knight, y'all remember that face sculpt?
Well, you gotta think about it though. Every time they do deviate from the kind of stoic look, collectors pitch a fit. Right. You get the Ant-Man, and I mean, there's just every time they do something a little bit different than just the kind of straightaway look, collectors lose it.
Yeah.
So it's I mean, from Hot Toys perspective, I would kind of be I'm just sticking with the safe stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I get it. Hey, so KG, what you think about this, bro?
Yeah, man, I was surprised when I saw this last night. I was like, better late than never. It was because that movie came out 3-4 months ago, so it was a surprise that they announced this. I know a lot of people like Jetta really wanted Yelena, and I'm glad that collectors out there that finally got what they wanted. For me personally, it doesn't do anything for me. Like Dre, I'm with you. It's a great looking piece, but it doesn't fit in my collection. I watched Black Widow for the first time 2 weeks ago when it was on Disney Plus. I didn't really enjoy the film. I thought the character of Taskmaster was,
That's a whole
I really hope that's not the real
layout.
Taskmaster. I hope it's just like a
Mandarin.
like a knockoff version of it, and we actually get the real one in the future.
Yeah.
This one, like I said, I actually enjoyed her character more in the film than I did with Black Widow, but I have to be very picky with my collection. So this is I'm happy for people like Jetta Patrol and maybe some of you who are getting it. It's gonna look great with your other Black Widow figures. So I can't wait.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty
Brother
fair, yeah.
Cousins, man, what did you think about this, bro?
Man, first of all, I'm a big Florence Pugh fan. If you're not familiar with her
Yeah.
work, man, see her in Paige's movie, Wrestling with My Family. She did an excellent job in that.
So good.
Little Women, was it Little Women or
Little Women?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was excellent in
Great.
that as well.
Yeah, she is a great actress. The head sculpt, beautiful, amazing. I think they did a great job. I'm loving what they're doing with the sculpted hair now. I mean, the hair strands look individual and just look great. Definitely add into my collection. I'm all the way in on Marvel. I'm a Marvel head, so my MCU head. So I'm definitely going to get this. I love the suit. Love how it comes together. I just wish they did an announcement where her and Red Guardian.
Yeah.
Can we get that? We've seen them at Summer Showcase. They should have. I agree with KG. They should have showed this a couple of months ago when the hype was there. When the hype-ish was there for the movie, because
You can't do the family without mom and dad. So let's
Yeah,
get
here's
mom
the
in there
thing.
too.
Here's the thing. If they would do Red Guardian and also the mom, I'm buying this.
absolutely.
I'm definitely buying it. It's just right now, it's like if we know Hot Toys in their past, they don't complete a line.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
So
They
like,
never
I
where's
do.
get a
Bad
Rachel
Batch?
Weisz figure. Yes.
Where's the rest of the 3 figures?
Yeah.
Right? So it's like
Exactly.
I'm waiting because I don't want to get Justice League out. Like, oh, where's Cyborg? And
Exactly.
5 years later, we get him.
Exactly.
So it's like I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna
This
wait.
is super true. Hey, Joe, and everybody, we got 102. We had 108, but we got 102 people basically live stream watching this live. If you're watching it, everybody out in the chat, hit that like button right now. Smash it. Subscribe. Tell your friends. Come on, let's get it going. Joe, what did you think about this figure when we got it, bro?
I was surprised. I was like, what? And then I was like, well, it looks great. I mean, the tailoring on the suit looks really nice. Then I was like, well, is it going to yellow? I
Yeah.
looked at all the accessories and everything was on point. I really like the split boot design.
Yes.
Yeah.
For that type of boot, they should really stick with the split boot for posing.
Yeah.
But then it started to creep in.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, why am I getting Yelena and I don't have Valkyrie yet?
Why
don't-
right?
Where's the
My
Mantis?
man.
And then I'm like, and we're not getting Rachel Weisz, so
Yeah.
what the hell? And then
Yeah.
and then I started thinking about it more. I'm like, you know what? Like why now?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like right now. Like, why was it so late? It wasn't announced at any of the cons. It wasn't even announced. I mean, we put it this way. 2 shows. Now we knew we were going to get it.
Right.
We knew we would. It's just, and they're releasing now that Star Wars has momentum. That's what's kind of crazy about the whole situation. Cece, you saw this today. What were your feelings on it? And are you getting this figure?
So that's where I was waiting for someone to ask me. That's where I kind of have to show the skeletons in my closet. I don't actually collect Hot Toys.
Got you.
Yeah, but I
Yet.
certainly they're the talk of the town on all of the channels that I love, like Collecting Weekly, Road 16. We talk about all the Star Wars ones that come out, and occasionally they let us talk about Marvel. I think it looks like a great figure, but I think after the long conversation we had about all the ones we're waiting on, this is kind of a yawn to me. And also, I'm kind of surprised at the price.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
270.
And that's one of the
Yes.
reasons why I don't want to get it, because of the price.
Yeah.
270.
How much is it?
270 is like the
270.
new going rate now.
It's like higher than the 250 and the 240. Like,
Yeah.
You gotta. I will say though, one thing to consider though, that's the U.S. price. And if we've looked, because people have been talking a lot about the U.S. price and the Hong Kong price, not the Hong Kong first batch, like you're going through Toys Wonderland, Pop Collectibles, KG, anything like that, but the actual Hong Kong retail price.
Yeah.
The Hong Kong retail price for this, if you convert that into US, like if you were just to walk into Secret Base, I think it's like $180, $190.
Oh, I'm sure of it. Yeah.
Wow.
So
that makes sense.
when people have been
Man, I
talking a
wish.
lot about Hot Toys prices climbing recently, the increase in the Hong Kong retail price has actually been very minimal in the last like 5 years or so. The increase that in the US prices that Sideshow sets, that's where the larger increase has come from.
Yeah.
So that's one of those things that, and I think they're probably trying to make some of that money back right now that they're dealing with in excessive shipping costs from getting freight over from Hong Kong to the US right now with how much those prices have skyrocketed.
Yeah, to piggyback on Brendan, there was an interesting thing that came up for shipping and increase in toys. Mattel had a $10 increase on WWE figures, and people were like, "Yo, is this correct?" And then somebody from Mattel was like, "I think that's a mistake." But then they went back to the store, and the price never changed. So, and they were talking about increase in GI Joe classified prices as well. So we might see some of these shipping issues cause us to have an increase in the cost of our figures.
100%. I think that's going to be a thing for a couple of years as a result.
Absolutely.
So, with that being said, like I said, because I wanted to get that out the way real quick, because I just want to get everybody's thoughts. I know people in the chat wanted to know, so I'm glad we had a chance to talk about that.
That sculpt is beautiful. I mean, for that, and I'm a huge Florence Pugh fan. She's just so damn likable, and I just and I think she did a great job with the character. I can't wait. I really hope we see her pop up in Hawkeye.
She will.
So yeah, that figure is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm just glad we're getting it.
Definitely. So I want to bring this up because this is the conversation I want to actually have now about this particular figure. Let me bring it up here really quick. Just interesting because we talk about, one of the things I heard is why now? Why now? And why did it take so long? You know, why does it take so long? You know, we've had so many different IPs, and why now? Some people actually have this in their collection already. I'm waiting for mine. It hasn't arrived yet, but it will. But when we look at this Lando, okay, ladies first, I'm gonna start with CC again because even though she doesn't collect Hot Toys, now people out in chat,
she loves Star Wars though.
She loves Star Wars. So lay off, CC, or you gonna feel my wrath. She's here for a reason.
Anyway.
We'll get her into Hot Toys eventually.
Exactly. Follow her anyway because she knows her shit when it comes to Star Wars day one. So trust me and believe she's here for a reason. She'll challenge half the people out there. Let's go. Anyway, CC, why now? Why after all these years? Like, why now?
I think it's because Disney announced that they're going to do a Lando show on Disney Plus. I think it's the research interest in the character, even if this is not the Lando that we're going to end up seeing.
Good point.
I think they had to think that there's a decent reason to make this, and I don't think it's in the goodness of their heart they thought, oh gosh, we haven't done a Lando, we really should have. I think it's going to be in anticipation of the Lando series doing really well with Donald Glover.
Now, speaking of which, now you saying that, do you think if they did a Disney Lando show, which they are, do you think we'll see a Donald Glover figure?
100%.
I don't think it's going to be the first one that they release. They'll probably do an L3 before they do a Donald Glover Lando. If I'm quite honest, they'll do his droid first. Or they'll do the more Hot Toys for the Obi-Wan series. They'll probably run the gambit on those before they even think about doing one for the Lando series. And it was mentioned in the chat, actually, I totally forgot, that with Valkyrie, the potential for Valkyrie to be released for Love and Thunder, does that mean they're going to do a Lady Thor? They're going to have to. I feel like they can't skip over that.
Definitely.
That's one where they're, I think their hands are going to be forced. But
they already have the head sculpt because they have a prototype of Padme that they never put into production.
Exactly.
There you go.
But I think, I feel for Hot Toys collectors when it comes to the original trilogy, because we keep talking about how they've kind of hit everyone over the head with the Mando series, and we've got a busted looking Luke and we don't have a Padme, and we don't have a Poe, and you know we had an awful looking Finn, and they do the Mando series, and people are fatigued by how many they've released in that, but yet a lot of the central characters on that one are missing as well.
Grief Karga.
Grief.
Yep. And of course, we're not going to get a Cara Dune, but that's probably a whole another conversation.
Yeah.
But I thought this was a really great looking figure in any event.
Exactly. Dre, I'm gonna hit you up because you know they forgot about Dre. They forgot about Dre, but I didn't.
Man, honestly, I'm still debating about picking this guy up. Empire is my favorite Star Wars movie. It's been my favorite as a kid. Though I feel like I didn't even know they were making a Lando series, so that's good news for me. Question: do we even have a young Lando from the Solo movie?
No.
We don't, right?
Not at all.
No, they didn't make one.
Yeah. So, do I think that we'll see one for the show? I mean, I think it's likely. I think it's likely, especially if the show is a hit. You know, I would hope to see one. You know, that way they can knock out two birds with one stone. But you know, it just goes back to the topic that we were talking about earlier. It's just, yeah, he's definitely one that we need. I don't know. I mean, I like Lando as a character. The thing that I liked about him, I'm a big Han Solo fan, especially from the original trilogy, and I just like how smooth, you know, those two were, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, just something about their like, you know, brotherhood and like
Their chemistry. Yeah.
Yeah, you find out that they were homies and stuff, and it was cool. So it kind of, you know, as a kid, I you know, when you watch stuff as a kid and you watch it as an adult, you kind of know the dialogue a lot more. Even though as I watched it as a kid, I knew that, you know, Lando had betrayed Han, and I was just like, oh, you fucking ass. You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, he's definitely a character that I think I'm going to get. I think I'm just going to wait a little bit because there's just so much other shit going on. As far as how the figure looks, he looks fucking great, man. That Billy D head sculpt is so sick.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people thought like he was super skinny. Like I know I watched some other live streams. I think he looks fine. I mean, he was thin back then. That doesn't really bother me. You know, it looks great. It's a good looking figure. And maybe, you know, just throwing this on top too, that, you know, they just brought him out. I know it's late, but you know, the 40th anniversary, I mean, they should have got him a long time ago, but yeah, I mean, I think I'm still going to pick him up though. I'd rather get this. Yeah, for sure.
So real quick though, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are complaining about the cape, but I have a solution for it. And I'm going to show you once I get it and I do the posing video. There's a solution that you do not actually have to use the strap, because I did see those straps, but there is a solution. I dug and dug until I found it, and I was like, you know what? Why I didn't think about this before? And I'll tell you and I'll explain it once I get the figure in. I'll explain to you how you can actually utilize the cape, and it will stay on, and it doesn't involve glue or tape. I'll show you how this is going to work. Like it'll work. And you'll be like, wow, why didn't they think about it? And they probably did. And they just said, you know what, we'll just take the cheap way out. But anyway, brother Cousins, my man, the resident Lando in modern times, bro. Bro, you know what? It's funny because I saw like one of your other videos before you did this, bro. And I was like, yo, he got the curly hair like Lando and everything. Oh, man. But anyway, yo, bro, like, what do you think? Like, why now, bro? Like, why now? Like, why we got it now? It's overdue, and we're glad that we got it.
Yeah,
but why now? You know what I mean? Like, why now?
For real, it's good business. One, and harking back to something that KG said. It's been a lot of collectors over the pandemic, and just with the Black Panther movie, it's been a lot of collectors that have just came into collecting, and a lot of black ones. A lot of my friends, I've had friends for years that seen this stuff in the house and thought I was just being a big kid. They called me the 40-year-old version at one point. And the funny thing about it is I had some of those figures at the 40-year-old version. They made it even funnier. Yeah. And everything. So I was like, oh, y'all wrong. But here it is. Now I got, once Black Panther came out, and now with the pandemic, a lot of people are home now. I had a buddy of mine, you know, I'll just say he lives a different lifestyle. He's kind of out there in the streets. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
And he came to me. He was like, "Bro, you know what? My man had some of those figures you got. I didn't know they was worth so much money, man. We were
Yeah.
in your house recording and doing stuff all the time, and you had like bricks of cash and it just all in our faces, and we thought it was toys." I was like, "Yeah, man. What are you, like 1,000 or something?" It was crazy. It was like, but now I'm seeing a lot of my boys and a lot of different, like a lot of different people collecting figures now. A lot of African American people in the community are collecting figures, and we always were out there. It's just it wasn't. Personally, it wasn't something that I just talked about like that, because I didn't know if they were just gonna be like, "Oh, you a kid?" And I'm like, "Whatever, y'all don't get it." But since then, now, and we want that representation, because I ain't gonna lie, I have over 100 Hot Toys figures, and every time I get a figure of color, whether it be a Latina character or Asian character, I sit back and I do this, and I count. All right, how many black characters I got? I got all these white characters. How many black? Okay, I got 19 black figures. Okay, great.
Yeah.
It is hard, but it's good that they're doing it, but it's not done out of just a good thing. It's all generated by business, and they know, like I said, with the Black Panther line and all the influx of all these new collectors, they knew that, okay, it's the perfect time to put out representation. Great, let's put out a Lando, and we've done everything else. We gave them all the Mandalorian stuff, but here's the Lando. So, and they knew we was going to eat it up because it's from the classic. It's from the classic trilogy. So it's all motivated by money, which is a business, which I get, but that's why now. That's exactly why. They know the representation is all there now, and they know it's a lot of big influx of black collectors, and they want to appeal to that. And yes, there's going to be a Lando show eventually, and we will get a Donald Glover Lando. I mean, definitely. If the show is great in itself, we'll definitely get it.
Yes, definitely. My man KG, aka KG Chalamet. What's up, bro? What's your thoughts on this, man?
It's hard because I was on Aries' channel and they were talking so heavily about this figure, and I'm just like, maybe I should pick this up. I don't have, like I said, Empire Strikes Back is my favorite Star Wars film of all time.
Yes.
It still holds up to this day. One of the best Star Wars films ever made.
Yes.
And I don't. And it's weird. It's ironic because I don't have any Empire Strikes Back figures, but I do enjoy the film.
Yeah.
Now with this one, I don't have a Bespin Leia, and I surely don't have a Bespin Luke with it, right? So it's like it's hard for me because if I have this guy will be alone in the collection. But I'm growing to love this figure. I saw Judge's review on it, and unfortunately he had a paint chip around the chin. I've been seeing that throughout some posts on Facebook as well.
Yeah,
so that's a little concerning. But I mean, this figure looks amazing. I mean, it's so it's not a very popular figure. There are definitely other things out there that holds against this guy. But yeah, I mean, right now with No Way Home coming out pretty soon and Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett, it's kind of hard. I have to pick and choose. So this guy, you never know. He might end up in my collection, but right now there's other priorities that I have in mind. So that's me.
Joe, what's up with you, bro?
Since day one, this guy, he's on his way. Took forever.
Yeah.
But I mean, what I'm hoping for, if the show goes off, I hope they respect Billy D and bring him in, whether he's narrating, whether he's a part of it, doing some flashbacks, and they lead into that. They give him some time, and they segue into Donald Glover. He's like, yeah, I remember when I was, and then he's telling a story. I would really like that, and I hope they do him justice. Yep. I think the figure is amazing. I can't wait for you to show us what's up with the cape.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you because the thing is before just seeing and the thing is because again we didn't know that even when we saw like the earlier the prototypes, which this is still the prototype photo,
Photos.
we didn't know that it was gonna actually have the straps around it. Like we
Right.
had no idea, and I'm like, well, I understand that especially with the shirt that it wouldn't actually, having like the magnets, it probably wouldn't be as presentable. But there's a way that they could have actually done it, and I'm just going to
Yeah.
keep it that way. I'll show you once I get the figure. I just checked, and it did finally clear, and it was processed in New York, which
Okay,
means
good.
it
You'll be
should
good.
arrive tomorrow. You
Yep.
know what I mean? I should get it tomorrow, whatever. Or I might just have Brendan drive up to New York and just go grab it for me and drive it over here. So we'll talk about that a little later off the chat. But speaking of Brendan, he did. You know what? Before I jump in it, I did say I wanted to say it because this dude I was just knock him out because he snuck and sent me for my birthday, which is not supposed to be till Monday, but he snuck and sent me an Alex Ross Spider-Man poster that is amazing. Like
That's
it is,
awesome.
it's the OG suit too, bro.
Nice.
Listen, Joe, the next show probably tomorrow because I'm gonna go out and actually get because you're right, bro. That daggone frame that I had didn't match. It didn't work. Well, once I get the frame, I'm gonna put it in there and I'm gonna show you guys tomorrow night on tomorrow night's show. That thing's amazing. Anyway, and I appreciate him for that. You know what I mean? So shout out to Brennan for giving me an early birthday gift and being sneaky about it, some bitch. But anyway, but anyway, yeah.
Can I say?
I again, it's this piece right here, man. I mean, I'm glad. I was so happy. Me and Brendan talked about it. Which Brendan, I'm going to get your comments on it. But when we talked about this, we've been talking about it. We were talking about it before they even showed us the prototype. We were talking
Yeah.
about like when are they going to basically release it? When are we going to actually see it? And finally they did. It was like, wow, okay, here we go. Like we're ready for it. When? You know what I mean? So what's your thoughts on it, bro? Why? Why now?
I don't honestly. Yeah, I mean, I can't pretend to try and assign any rhyme or reason to why Hot Toys does certain things. I'm just glad we're getting it. Sorry, Comic Relief Cast. I have no idea who you are, so I don't know why you would be blocked, but I'll check that. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah. So I love the character. I've been wanting. I mean, like you said, we've been talking about getting Lando since before they announced the pre-orders for it. So I absolutely am ecstatic that we're getting them. I had put my order in with Leo, with our good friend Ray. So mine was coming a little bit later, but he did email me and say that it's shipping. He'll be shipping it to me on November 1st. So I'll have it soon. So I'm excited for that. I am curious. I know Ryan wasn't the only person who had the like nick on the chin. So I'm curious to see. I saw a couple other people who had that. I don't know if that's due to the packaging and somehow it's causing it. Ryan didn't seem to think so, or if it was like a QC kind of miss on Hot Toys' part. So we'll see. That might require some like touch up, but I do think so. When we get the Lando series, I absolutely think that we'll get a Donald Glover Lando. And I do think it'll be the first one. I don't think we'll get other characters. You can't do Hot Toys isn't that stupid. You can't do a Lando series and Lando not be the first character that you reveal from that. That's just again, that would be so telling that they'd be kind of, showing their hand there. So I don't think that'll happen. And Donald Glover is too damn talented an actor and musician, too damn talented all around and popular for them to not give us him from a Disney Plus show. And I think maybe pushing this out because they know that that's coming and they're going to need to do that. And it'll be kind of ridiculous if we get to the Lando show and they put out a Donald Glover Lando, but we never got Billy D. that would be absurd. So
Yes.
I think that was more kind of like painted into a corner. Oh yeah, we got to get this out type deal. I'm super psyched for the show. Hopefully, like Ryan said, I mean, Mace Windu and Grief Karga, like there's no excuse for not having those characters. There's just absolutely none. So like it's just so beyond. I mean, those are also big names. I mean, like, come on, Sam Jackson, and you've already done, a Nick Fury.
Nick Fury.
You got the sculpt. There's no reason why you can't do it. So, it's a thing where you gotta step up and you gotta give us those. Another interesting thing to watch out for will be something like the Eternals, because that is a very diverse cast.
Yes.
So, as much as I want like an Angelina Jolie, from that show and some of the others, if we don't get a Salma Hayek, if we don't get Kumail, it's that like there's just no hiding that. So again, I think it's something that like Disney and Lucasfilm, are going to be forcing that issue. Maybe not even intentionally as far as the toy side, but just what they're doing in the business side and the content side is going to have to be reflected by Hot Toys.
Brendan, let me ask you this real quick though.
Yeah.
When you say this, because I'm glad you brought this up, because this is interesting. Will they though, considering the simple fact that they already brought the director up on issues that they had about her comments that she made about like her family, and what they went through and stuff like that. And, considering the simple fact that this was not one of the films that China picked to debut over there.
Yeah.
So my question is, do you think they'll even tackle it considering the comments?
With Angelina?
No, not with Angelina, the director.
Oh, the director. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, I think they will. Maybe they don't go like hard in the paint on it, like given everything. But to be perfectly honest, I feel like there's only so much they can do. Like Disney is going to be like, no, you need to do this. Like this is because the other thing is, Lael, I know, a handful of people know, but there are a lot of people who don't realize how critically fucking important the Eternals is going to be for everything that happens in the MCU moving forward.
Hell yeah.
They don't a lot of people don't realize it because they're not that familiar with them in the comics.
Right.
This thing is so important to everything that's about to happen in the MCU.
Yes,
so I don't think I think it's not necessarily going to be big production runs, and it's not necessarily something that Hot Toys is thrilled about doing. But there's no way that Disney is going to be like, all right, you guys have the license, but yeah, you can ignore the Eternals.
Yeah.
I just don't see that happening. Even if they have beef with the director because of that, it's just ultimately Hot Toys is going to have to bow down to Disney and Marvel on that one. And I don't think they're going to be able to let that one slide. Just my opinion. But.
Got you. Ryan, you said you're unfamiliar with the Eternals. Tune in on Monday's show. Monday's Comic Book Talk with Friends. Tune in because we're going to have an entire discussion about the Eternals on that show.
What else is Monday?
My birthday, bro.
Oh, it's AARP Day.
Yeah.
There we go.
But anyway, besides that, we're going to have an entire discussion on the Eternals. Hey, my man, and didn't want to forget, we got Dan.
Metamucil.
We got my man Dan. Let me just single Dan real quick. We got Dan in here from Six Scale Reviews.
We've got the dynamic duo.
We got the dynamic duo. We got Dan and Dre.
Tag team champions. Yeah.
The tag team champions all day. Look at now, everybody, if you can, look at that. Look at that collection, man. Look at that. Look what he got back there, bro. Look at everything. Look what he got back there. The poses, everything is on point, man. Like seriously, Dan, I'm so glad you tuned in, bro. What's going on with you, baby boy?
Ready, man. So glad to be out of class, to be here on talking to you amazing people. So Let's get it, man. I'm ready.
So since we got you here, because I want to get to you because I have a very important question for CC. This is probably a question, CC. When you're listening, you can. I got a question for you in a minute, but I'm gonna get to you in just a second. I want to get Dan's take. Dan, we just talking about Lando, and how long it basically took us to get this figure, bro. Like seriously, like why now? Like why is it that we're getting this now?
I was kind of watching the show a little bit while I was in class because I mean, yeah, fuck my class.
As you
but I agree with pretty much what everyone said, man. You know, it depends on a lot of factors, and I'm glad that we got it. You know, now instead of never, which is dope. But
yeah,
I think it's a fantastic release. I'm not sure if I'm gonna pick it up yet because I have two of the Empire Strike Back lines, so I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up. It's still I'm on the fence about it, but it looks great. It looks amazing. And to answer your question, I don't know, man. You know how Hot Toys is. They do stuff in random ass order, and like they were super late on this 40th anniversary. I honestly don't understand that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, who knows? It's a toss up at this point.
Yeah, it is. It's super toss up, but who knows? We don't know where it's gonna go, bro. But I'm glad it's better late than never.
Exactly.
We got it, so it's here, so we can't complain about it. CC. Now we talk about representation when it comes to. We got Jet in the building too. He's talking about. I see a lot of enabling going on here. Yeah, okay. That's because you're not on the show.
You know what, Jet? You're enabling everybody in the groups to go out and buy Jeeps because you showed that picture today.
Yo,
so.
I can see him now. Like,
just saying.
Yeah, just saying. Right? That's his word. I'm just saying. Shout out to Jetta for being over here, man. Ryan's my guy. So glad to see him here. Oh, shout out to Boston Collectors too, man. I'm glad you tuned in. Boston Collectors, man, when you gonna jump on the show? Tell me in the chat, because I'm bullying people. I bully both Dan and Dre.
Like I said, it's always good to see another collector from Boston.
Exactly. Boston Collectors, let me know when you gonna come on, man. You just let me know. Like if you ready, let's go, man. But anyway,
amazing photos.
Amazing photos. His channel is on point and amazing photos. The guy is very professional. Love his stuff. Definitely love it. We got Nerdy Nisi in the building. Nisi, I see you.
Those Pokemon cards treating you, Nisi.
Exactly. CC. Okay. We talk about representation when it comes to culture, so we know this already, and how we see promise, but we still got far to go when it comes to collecting. You know what I mean? Let's talk about it from a female's aspect when it comes to female characters, okay? If you had to pick a female character that you want to see, whether it's Hot Toys, whether it's Legos, whether it's Black Series, no matter what, a female character that you want to see represented in collecting form, even in film, what would it be? Who would it be?
It'd be great to see a Valkyrie, even though I don't have much of a connection to her as I do like Padme. But I feel like of all the characters we mentioned, Padme keeps going down the list for me, but I'm a Star Wars girl at heart, so I gotta say Padme.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that.
And even it's funny, like I was thinking about it just as far as female characters go, and like which ones you idolize or which ones you like. I'm hard pressed to find female characters that I really appreciate, only because there's this thing that Hollywood keeps doing, but it didn't start with Hollywood. I think it actually started with the comics, but like the treatment of Black Widow's character. I know a lot of people were upset about how everything went down in Endgame.
Yeah.
But the concept like that, her dying, it was upsetting to me because it just hones back to how most females are treated when it comes to graphic novels or comic books. Like they call it the if you want to look it up for like further reading, the head in the refrigerator. So it
Yeah.
started with, I think it was Green Lantern.
Yeah.
He in one of the comic series, he came home and his girlfriend had been killed, and her head was literally stuffed in a freezer.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's that we have these female characters that we like Padme, and then she dies only to further the narrative of a male character,
Yeah.
like Black Widow.
Yeah.
Her death was only meaningful and depressing because we felt it through Clint's eyes,
Yeah.
not because she was someone that we really got a chance to know. She didn't get her own movie until after she had already kind of left the greater saga. But I think even we see this in statues. NYC only recently did the Padme, and they got a lot of feedback on the head sculpt on that statue. But I think more Padme is the better, and then more characters like Valkyrie, Mantis. Someone mentioned Mantis.
Yes. Yes.
That would be a great inclusion in anyone's collection. Mantis, Valkyrie, Padme. Yeah, those are the ones that stand out in my mind.
And you know what? I'm glad you brought up the Black Widow thing, and because I was, it was the same thing. Oh, Jetta said Lilo from Fifth Element. That would be a dope figure too, definitely.
Absolutely.
Did they
But,
do anything from Fifth Element?
Not that I've seen in figure form.
Okay.
You know, maybe a third party did it, but not that I've seen from Hot Toys at all.
Because that's
At
one of
all.
my favorite films too.
Exactly.
It's not a franchise, kind of like Watchmen and V for Vendetta are two other ones that I love. But just people don't do them. There's issues with the rights and stuff like that. So if they did a Lilo, that would be fantastic.
See, and what I wanted to mention was when we talk about the Black Widow character. So actually, in the original cut, in the original edit, it was that Hawkeye was supposed to die. They were going to give Hawkeye that moment. But it was in the cutting room where they actually said, and females were the one who stepped up and said, no, give her that moment. We want to give her that moment, that her sacrifice represents so much for everyone else. So they fought for her to have that moment, which to me didn't make sense, because if anybody should have led the charge at the end of that film with all the females, it should have been her. And if you're going to give her a moment to die, let her die on the field where everybody can see it, that her sacrifice was warranted at that moment, and she led the charge for it. That to me was a missed opportunity. And that's the one thing I hated about that film, is because they took away that moment. It just, in my opinion, they took away that moment. I just didn't like it. But what were you going to say, Cece?
I'm sorry. And also, they kind of made it a point that she did it because Clint had a family and she didn't. And then, of course, in her solo film, we find out like she was sterilized.
Yeah.
So that kind of like, I'm like hashtag triggered with something like that, because I'm like, wait, so she thought she was less than because she couldn't have a family? That he was suddenly more important, that it was better that he live and she die because she's going to be what inspires him to continue on. And she's the one who deserves some kind of redemption and Clint doesn't. And because she couldn't she couldn't have a family, and therefore no one was going to miss her. That's kind of fucked, right? Like, no. So yeah, if anyone wanted to know my opinion on that, I think Clint should have taken a swan dive.
Yeah. That's an interesting point. Now, Brendan, I'm gonna save you for last, because I know you have some things, and I'm gonna save you for last. I'm gonna go around here real quick, just to kind of see. Now, when we talk about Padme as a character, as a female character, as pretty much the focal point of Anakin's journey, and one of the most important characters in the Star Wars lore, when we look at the sequel trilogy, when we look at the prequel trilogy, and, his journey itself, his advancement, like, who did we lose? Did we lose Dre? We lost Dre for a second.
Dre, he'll be back.
He'll be back.
McDonald's Wi-Fi.
So he's a McDonald's Wi-Fi. So let me go to let's start with you, Lynch. What do you think? Like, why is it now? Already knowing that they don't have this, the Chinese market doesn't actually have this connection to Star Wars because it's not, these huge kaijus, you know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
not these huge, that's where their focal point normally is. But I mean, here's the thing: is it's like, yo, just because the IP is not popular there, why would you just not pay attention to this particular market? So, yeah, like, what do you think, bro? Like, it's just like they're leaving money on the table. Like, I guess my question is, in your opinion, do you think we will ever see a Padme figure, bro?
Oh man, I've been waiting for this figure for a while.
Yeah.
It's like I would refresh the page, go back every few weeks, thinking, is this coming up for pre-order anytime soon? They keep teasing it. Comic-Con. I want to stay positive and hopeful, right? But with Hot Toys, it's like it's Hot Toys being Hot Toys.
Yeah.
You never know what they're thinking and what's going on, and
Yeah.
they don't complete the lines.
Yeah.
Like we got a few Anakins. Where's General Kenobi at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Release General Kenobi and Padme now.
Yeah.
We
Right
need
now.
these. And
Yeah.
and for me, like the prequels, I had some real issues with Anakin's story arc, but the
Yeah.
Clone Wars saved his ass. Filoni saved his ass, and with the Clone Wars, it really brought me to appreciate the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
And Padme was a big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we need her, and I'm very hopeful. I'm hopeful that we get her and we get her
Yeah.
soon, because it would be a shame not to have her.
Definitely, bro. KG. Now, do you think we will actually see a Padme figure? Is this something that you would be interested in? Do you think this is a missed opportunity on Hot Toys' part?
120% I'm gonna get this figure. This is a definite buy for me. If this thing drops the next day, I'm all in for it. I mean, yes, it's definitely a missed opportunity for Hot Toys. When was this figure initially for prototype? When they showed it on.
I think it was like 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they did the same thing with Jango Fett, and then now they actually released them, right? They showed them a couple of times throughout the cons, and there were a lot of rumors last con that she was going to be appearing, and those rumors, I guess, they weren't true. I think, I hope she's the next sort of cyborg. We get her finally. I think if there's a lot of people that really want this figure, I mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot of people that really want this figure, including me, and yeah, why not? I think if they don't do it, it's definitely a big missed opportunity for them. It's just something that, Padme played such a huge role in the Star Wars franchise, right? It's with Anakin and everything. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that one day we get her because, we got Cyborg, we got Jango Fett, so why not her?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Brother Cousins, aka Lando, what's up, bro? Like, what you think, bro? I mean, I know you would have this. I know you would get it, but
yeah,
definite missed opportunity. And let me ask you a question, bro. Like, a real serious question. Like, do you think it's fair treatment with the female figures when it comes to collecting, bro?
Oh, I guess that's not.
Yeah,
absolutely not. It's not fair at all. Not fair at all. We should have definitely way more female characters. Than they produce, and that's a problem as well. They're underproduced. And this figure is a good example of that. We should have had a Padme. How the hell we get a whole Clone Wars line damn near incompleted and given to us right now? They're almost out. I think they're 2 figures shy of that whole line being done, and here we are. This was previewed I think this was previewed in 2018 and 2019. And no sign of it at all. And it's total disrespect and just total ridiculous, and harkens back to the whole thing about Hot Toys not being able to complete lines. And I think that's all based on because they don't think it's going to sell. They don't
Yeah.
think it's a female figure. Okay, well, all right, well, we'll just make another 101 Iron Man figure. That's why
Yep.
every time I see
Yep.
a new Iron Man figure that is like, or especially the ones that don't pose and are not cool. I'm like, why? When you were making that trash, you could have. Sorry, it just
Yeah.
burns me up. When you was making that trash, you could have made a Padme and could have, and if you didn't think it would sell in Hong Kong, sell it, give it over here to the US, give it to the US market or whatever market around the world because we want this. And it's hurtful. It really is
Yeah.
hurtful. And I mean, especially to a lot of, and I have a lot of female collector friends,
Yeah.
and they talk about it all the time. I got all these dudes, but where's the girls? Where's the girls?
Exactly.
And it's just it's not fair at all. But
Definitely not.
will we see this figure? Yes, I definitely think we're going to see this figure, and it's going to be at the most. It's going to be. This is how it's going to come. It's going to be a time where the Eternals are out and doing big money, or about to win an Oscar or whatever, and then they're going like, "Oh, Padme figure." We're like, really now?
Yeah. 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 Because I can see them doing it. Look what they just did with the Elena.
Right.
So that's
exactly.
that's
Yep.
just the way they do it.
Yep.
Brendan. So again, this is another conversation that we've had many times, and it's never really gone well because, like, we always tease, and then what happens? We get shitted on. So, what's your thoughts, bro? And what do you think we'll ever see this figure?
Man, I just don't know. I want to be positive and say yeah, but like, and for a while I was saying that. Well, and I definitely think that we won't get a Padme before we potentially get a Jane Foster and Thor from Love and Thunder. I was of the mind that, you know what, we'd probably get both of those. They've got the sculpt, and they'll use that for Love and Thunder, and we'll get a Jane Foster and we'll get a Padme.
Yeah.
But I've said the same thing for how long about, we've got Sam Jackson as Nick Fury. Come on, it's an easy Mace Windu right there. Come on, easy to do. Or even, I mean, a white guy. We've got Qui-Gon. Why don't we have a Ra's al Ghul from Batman Begins? You've got that sculpt. Like, give us that. So, yeah, I just don't know. I mean, this prototype has been sitting around for 3 years now, and we've seen it trotted out a couple of times at cons, and then just nothing. I don't know if they're ever going to do it. I really hope they do, but I'm not holding my breath. And if they do, it's going to be at some asinine time that makes no sense.
Yeah.
But they'll all of a sudden just be like, hey, here's Padme. Be like, what? Like, but here's the thing. This prototype we first saw like 3 years ago, and whenever they put it up for pre-order, it'll still be another 2 years after that before they put the damn thing out.
Right.
Which also baffles me. It's like, really, guys? Come on.
Yeah, true.
But, yeah, it is what it is. I don't know when we're gonna get it. I hope it's sooner rather than later. But as far as female figures, there are so many that I want, like from Hot Toys specifically. But then even just more love in terms of like collectibles, in terms of statues of all scale. I love my Mythos Ventress statue. God damn, give me more statues of Ventress. Give me 6 scales of Ventress. From Hot Toys or from Sideshow with the new Clone Wars line that they've got. I still have to pick up the 66 Batman and Robin. I will pick those up eventually. But you know what? I want the whole goddamn line of actresses that played Catwoman. All right?
Ooh,
I want Eartha Kitt. I want Julie Newmar. I want Lee Merriweather. And then, you know what? Let's move forward to 1992. Give me Michelle Pfeiffer in Batman Returns. Okay? I want those. Like, if we think about, like, all the female characters that are out there that would be amazing to have in our collections that we don't have, it's mind-boggling that, that they're all just kind of, like... all we have is concept art at best. Like that, these things just don't exist. So yeah, it's ridiculous, but there are so many amazing characters that it would be so damn cool to have, including Padme.
Yep.
And the fact that we don't have them, I also think it's just like it's not going to be a dominant portion of Hot Toys lineup. Like whatever they announce in a year, it's not going to be a 50-50 split between men and women or a 50-50 split between white and people of color. It's just not going to happen. So we know that it's going to be a smaller percentage, which means that we're going to have fewer opportunities for these characters to come out. So if we get one or two in a year, that's like a good year. And that sucks.
Yeah, that's true.
That's absolutely ridiculous. Like I have two of my favorite figures right here. All right. I Antonio Banderas as Zorro and then Alita. I mean, Leo, you know, I convinced you to buy two Alitas like I did because it's that damn good. And you had to have one with the black outfit and then one showing the whole body up. Yeah, but you know you love them and you still have both of them. You didn't get rid of any, did you? Because I was right. Because that Alita figure is phenomenal.
That's awesome.
Okay? So... yeah, I've gone through and I've looked at like how many like female characters I have, how many Latino characters I have, how many black characters I have, and it's a very, very small. Bob Dylan, you got to be gifting this right. You got to be gifting this right now. You got to be gifting it. Hey, Leo, you got to calm down. You're getting on in age. You might have a stroke. Okay, you got to chill. Okay. We got to get you one of those life alerts so Toya knows upstairs if you've fallen and you can't get up.
Man.
This motherfucker right here.
Toya, he's seasoned.
Dan, do you think we will see this figure anytime soon, bro?
Oh, see, there you go. Highlight Toya's comment. Do the right thing. Highlight it. Come
on. Honestly, I really hope so. This is super anticipated for me. I mean, how could, like you guys said, how could you have the whole fucking line and not Padme, the one Anakin pretty much ruins his own life and kills so many people for, and we don't have it. Like, it's insane. And I really do, but I honestly, like you guys said, this thing is gonna drop at the most random time.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
we already know it. It's just it's funny that we already know that's coming. And
yeah,
I really hope to, man. This because this has already been tease sales for years, like everyone said.
Yeah. Yep.
It's just I want it. Like I just want it. I just want it. And
so listen,
I'm ready.
I'm gonna say this on here on this show. All right. If they drop this figure, now I'm saying this for a particular, if they drop this figure, CC, I am buying this for you. This will be your first Hot Toys figure from me. And hopefully it steers you down that road
Tumbling
to
down the
collecting
rabbit
more.
hole.
Who's
Enabling.
who?
Enabling.
What'd you say?
Enabling.
Thank
Who's
you.
enabling
Thank
him
you,
here?
CC. Because you, with all your you enable and you know what? There's a jet stream of bullshit coming out of your mouth.
I will be an enabler, and I will get you this figure, and you will trickle down that rabbit hole. I guarantee you. Once you get it in hand, watch.
Well, I could on this, 20th day of October, say that I will only exclusively collect female Hot Toys.
Hey.
So we know my wallet is safe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's smart. That is smart. That is smart.
Howard, you listening to this?
That is smart. You right? That is smart. Hey, Dre, what up, bro? What you think?
Oh man, what can I say that you guys haven't said? Just to piggyback on what Dan said. I mean, this is Darth Vader's woman. Darth Vader is like he's recognizable all over the world as being like the most baddest evil villain in the in the world. And the fact that this is his woman, you know what I mean? Like, how can I explain it? Like this is like Dan said, this is the whole reason, like, why
Yeah.
he turns into a bad guy. And just
Yeah.
watching episode 3 and the prequels, it just hit me on another like level. Like I love the prequels. I mean, I grew up on the original trilogy. The prequels are,
Yeah.
I love them. People hate on them,
Yeah.
whatever. But this is a must. This is 100%. I might buy two.
Yeah.
Padme,
Right.
Rip the sleeve off.
She's
you kinda
so
have to.
so beautiful in the damn movie. Like this girl is
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you like Star Wars and you like Vader, it's hard, and you really follow the story. It's really hard not to get this girl. And
Yeah. Definitely.
speaking about Catwoman, I know Brandon brought up Catwoman. Definitely would want a Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
So I've decided if they're not going to make one, I think I'm going to go ahead and pick up that quarter scale tweeter head statue. I think that's going to make the collection pretty soon. Thinking about pre-ordering that.
We flexing.
I've got the sideshow premium format of both of Keaton Batman and Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. Although I'm thinking of maybe selling them.
I need that.
Oh,
I have it on
nice.
pre-order, so I need
It's on the
that.
way,
But
Yeah.
so it's a Padme is
Yeah.
definitely a must. But
Yeah.
definitely a must.
Well,
Maybe Zoe Kravitz
I mean,
too, Catwoman if they release
Yeah.
it.
Listen,
yeah,
if
Zoe
that-
Kravitz.
Zoe
Zoe
Kravitz.
Kravitz.
Where-
Exactly, bro.
Listen,
Yes.
If they
Yes.
don't make a Zoe
Amazing.
Kravitz, I'm not gonna collect autos anymore.
That'd be some bullshit.
They have to make her.
That girl is fun.
October 20th.
Yeah. She said, okay. Luminara said, "CC, we would be in the same boat. I only collect female hot toys." So there you go, CC, and you wouldn't be alone. You definitely wouldn't be alone in that. Well, we're gonna wrap up because, like I said, we have gone. It's almost 2 hours in, but it was a great discussion tonight. And I'm glad everybody actually came on board because these are things that definitely need to be addressed. In the community, and Hot Toys needs to hear us. You know what I mean? They need to basically listen. I do see, I like Brendan that he actually put up both Zoro and Alita. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Which both are Hispanic characters, and we need more. We need more. We need more. Come on, man. Kazi and Endor is right around the corner. We need more.
These are great. This is actually a Blitzway release, the Zorro.
And it looks amazing.
He's
Yeah.
Awesome.
It looks pretty
phenomenal.
sick.
He did a great job.
Looks good.
And then this Alita like
is
I
one
said,
of the
Lael and
best
I
figures.
both bought two.
Yes.
Like she's awesome.
Phenomenal.
You'd pose the hell out of her.
Phenomenal. So again, listen, Hot Toys, we're not saying that. We're not basically trying to, you know what? As a matter of fact, we are putting you under that spotlight because you need to listen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Joe, we've been talking. Joe, we talk about this a lot too, bro. They need to listen, and we know what figures that we want. They need to really listen. There's no excuse at this point. You know what I
I'm
mean?
showing up on Howard's door and I'm taking all his shit. Yo, somebody's getting these.
Howard, you heard that? He's going to show up at that crib and be like, "Yo, what up, son?" But listen, it's been a great show tonight, man. So glad to have you guys on here. KG, what you got coming up, bro? What can we see from you?
I'm planning to do a live stream this weekend. Hopefully, Hot Toys releases more things, and maybe do another movie review. I'm thinking about The Dark Knight or the Empire Strikes Back movie review. It's pretty much live streams for me. And Lael, I got your tickets.
You got my tickets?
I got your tickets.
You beat me
The
to
whole
it.
panel?
'cause you-
The whole panel? You got the whole panel ticket?
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
And the HBO Max subscriptions on top of that because you
Definitely. Joe, what's going on with you, bro? What you got coming up, man?
just a lot of work. You can check it out at Lynch Designed, either on ArtStation or Instagram. And hopefully chilling with KG, doing some movie reviews, and on Mafia's channel too.
Yeah, there we go, man. So yeah, definitely look out for Lynch. He'll definitely make an appearance because we will have him here. I can't wait till we have Comic Book Talk with Friends on Monday when we talk about the Eternals, and actually just have this guy on there to help me celebrate my birthday. It'll be an amazing day. CC, what up? What do you got going on? I
Oh,
can't hear
you're
you.
muted.
You're muted.
You're
You're
muted.
muted.
Okay, sorry.
There you go.
It's these talents, they got in the way. So the only thing we've got going on Rogue 16 is going to be group therapy on Friday. I don't have my own
Okay.
channel. They occasionally.
So you're at Rogue 16. Okay.
Rogue
I'll
16.
put that up here.
They occasionally give me airtime to occasionally say something interesting. But yeah, we do that every other Friday, and we also have the Facebook group. So if you feel like joining, I'm a moderator of the Facebook group. I'd love to have you. But other than that, I really appreciate Lael inviting me to this stream. I felt like the odd one out, considering I don't collect Hot Toys.
But doesn't
I'm
matter.
honored to
Doesn't
be
matter.
included in such a
It doesn't
fantastic
matter.
panel. Thank you.
It doesn't matter. Your input, and it was extremely valued, and basically your comments and just your insight was super dope. Like, it was super dope. So you are always welcome here on the channel anytime.
Well, we got to
It's
have
not-
her on Uncivilized Scoundrels.
Oh yes.
She's
Will you come on?
our
Will you
Star
will you
Wars.
will you come on
That will-
Civilized Scoundrels?
Yes, Mario's already talked me into it. So
Okay. What
Yeah.
you see,
Well,
Marlo?
I'll go on just to hear the intro a bunch of times.
Yeah, right. You like the
It's
intro?
so good.
Amazing.
It's so good.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, definitely, man. Mario Punk. You should have been telling me about this. Wow, man. So definitely look out for CC. What is that again? What it's the
Rogue 16.
Okay. So follow CC at the Rogue 16, and that's the YouTube channel, correct?
Yep, I'll put it in the chat as well.
Yeah, definitely put it in the chat so everybody actually knows. So definitely we have that here. So again, let's just go down the list really quick. Before I get to the rest of the guys here, you definitely want to follow your boy KG, aka KG Chalamet. Yes, KG Chalamet. On his
Well, now it's KG Miller now because he did that thing on Sunday.
that doesn't stick. We're sticking on KG Chalamet because that's just the one that's going to actually
That was
stick.
pretty
So
funny.
definitely you want to follow him
Lael is
there.
prioritizing Dune over The Flash.
Yeah,
so
definitely,
you're Chalamet.
definitely. And also follow Joe Lynch on Lynch Designs. You know, you definitely want to follow him on Instagram. He got some incredible crap like out there. Like, yo, I'm telling you, this my guy. My guy is talented. Literally, my guy is talented. So definitely check out his stuff there. My man, Brother Cousins. No, as a matter of fact, because I'm gonna save Brendan last. I always do him. It's always last because Butt Naked Assassin. Everybody, while we're waiting on Brother Cousins' answer, put hashtag Butt Naked Assassin and put that in the chat because that's his name. That's his real name. Booty Naked Assassin. Put him in. Brother Cousins, what you got coming up, bro?
Man, booty aside. How did you come out? What did you say after that?
That's a whole different kind of channel, man.
Oh man.
Yo, I think people they watch the show to see me and Brendan go at it, bro.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, what's up, man?
Man, once again, thank you for having me, man. This is a great
Anytime, bro.
conversation. Yeah,
Yes.
a conversation we needed to have in the community, and I'm so glad that you pulled this together. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
you know, wonderful.
Anytime, man. Good.
Oh,
man. I'm
man.
happy.
Yeah, so-
I'm happy.
Yeah, just a bunch of reviews, more news, and anything Hot Toys. We'll be working on that. Still working on the Toy Stories videos. That's coming together pretty good. Can't wait to do that. That's going to be a
Good.
big documentary. That's going to be great. I'll be actually contacting you all privately about that too.
Yeah, man.
Parts in it and everything. So that's going to be great. It's going to be real good. And that's it for right now.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Glad. Well, again, you already know what it is. Follow Brother Cousins Toy Reviews on IG and YouTube. He has a really good channel, good content. It's my guy, so definitely I was glad to have him on tonight. Dan and Dre, we'll start with you, Dan. Well, you both. I had to represent you both, man. Because come on,
Yeah.
man. It's 6 scale reviews. I did actually do that, bro. So, what's up, Dan? Like, what you got going on? What do you collectively? What do you guys have going on? But I'll go to you, Dan, first. What's going down, bro?
So if you didn't catch it earlier, I do have the Arkham Harley Quinn here, and I will be doing a review on it. And I think we have a live stream on Sunday, early morning. Anyone is welcome to come join, talk some figures with us. It's been a while since we did one.
Okay.
And we have a shit ton of reviews coming. There's a lot of stuff we got on the way, and I don't want to put any spoilers out there unless Dre wants to, you know, do it himself. But yeah, we got some cool shit coming, so stay tuned.
Okay. Wait, I think Dan.
Well, I'm fucking
Serious.
I think Dre. I'm curious. So you know Dre's going to spoil it. What's up, bro? What you got going on, man? What's up?
Man. Dude, I got into the game, man. Just watching you and everyone else on Collecting Weekly talking about statues, man. I pulled the trigger on my first quarter scale. And, I'm getting it tomorrow, man. So I just, well, first and foremost, my all-time favorite character is Batman. So I got the premium format from Sideshow.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
It's the one with the blue suit. The one that, you know.
Okay, yeah, Lael's got that, right?
You got it with the long cape?
Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Sick, dude.
It's easy to make
Your
him itch
first
for it more.
statue is like almost like a religious experience.
Oh man, dude. I just went for
And
it.
you know that's it's not going to be your last.
Oh, look
It
at
won't be
that.
your last.
Oh man,
Oh,
yeah, that's nice.
so good.
That's nice as hell.
No, see, I was thinking about getting that black version. See, okay, mine's is the different one. You got the more modern version. I got the one where he has a super like stylized cape. It goes all the way down to the base, and he's on the gargoyle.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
That one
nice.
is sick though. Yeah.
That one's really
that
dope.
Base. Oh my goodness.
I was looking at that one. Yeah,
Dude,
that one's
looks
cool.
So heavy.
That one's
Yeah,
that one's really good.
Cool, man.
There are so many
Yeah,
great
so I plan
Batman
to-
statues.
God.
It's like you can't go
Yeah.
wrong.
You can't go wrong.
Y'all enabling me, man. I don't like
I wanted to-
statues.
I know, dude. I've been enabled enough today.
Bro, I couldn't help it. That I pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
It was because I love the suit. I love that is the color scheme that I've always loved since I was a kid.
So he actually is getting a different one.
Yeah, which one is he getting?
I'm getting a different one. Yeah. Like,
Okay.
So I'm getting the one. I don't know. You guys could go to Sideshow right now. It's the one where he's on the gargoyle and has a super stylized long cape.
Yeah.
Comes with
Hold
two
on,
head
man.
sculpts. One's kind of controversial. But I fell in love with the piece, man. I like it because it's different. And yeah, so I'm gonna do a review on that. And I also got
That's
Gwen
awesome.
coming.
I think
you know,
I
from Hot
got the
Toys.
one you're talking about here.
Yeah, thank
now.
you.
Prime 1 is doing some crazy good Batman statues too.
Dude.
Yeah.
If I can only afford
Incredible.
it, man, I had to stick with Sideshow because they're kind of affordable.
They're the good
Fuck,
entry
dude.
level there.
Yep. That
Yeah,
one.
good entry level. There you go. That's a good way of putting it. That's the one I got here.
That kind of reminds me of
Yeah.
Batman
That one is
Returns.
that's a nice piece, man.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, some people like it. Some people, kind of hate on it. I could see why, but
It's the suit.
Only matters
I love
if you
the
like it,
suit.
dude.
I love the
Yeah.
suit,
Man,
bro.
it kind of reminds me of the Dark Knight Returns comic book, Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
with
someone
the
else
green
is paying
teeth.
for it for you, it
Bro,
only
look at
matters
that
if you
picture
think
right there,
Exactly.
bro. Look at this picture right here, bro.
That's dope.
That's a good
That
point.
shit
Fair
is
enough. Yeah, for the side
crazy.
profile,
Oh.
that's sick.
Dude, you're gonna have a lot of fun filming that for review, taking pictures. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
Hell
dude.
yeah.
Look-
Let
I'm
me
looking
know
forward
whenever
to
Congrats,
it
man.
goes
That's
up.
awesome.
Should be coming
Say
tomorrow
what?
from Sideshow, so probably within the next few days. Pretty busy, but I'm trying to get it out.
Definitely,
Nice.
man.
And I got Gwen.
Definitely.
I don't know if you guys heard of me. Gwen from Hot Toys coming. So
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Wednesday.
another
I
beauty
got her.
figure, man. So good.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, man.
Oh,
Now we
nice.
just need Miles from
you like her?
Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, need Miles for sure. Definitely want that line.
That Gwen.
Want a Prowler? Want a Kingpin?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude,
I
that
bought
third party
two-
Kingpin looks so good.
I bought 2 of Gwen and 2 of Miles from Spider-Verse because the sculpts were so good. I had to have one masked and one unmasked of each.
Yeah. Thanks.
And I got the third party Kingpin coming. So
Nice.
Spider-Verse is some great stuff.
Ready for
So
the second movie, man. That movie.
Jetta
Across the Spider-Verse, yeah.
Jetta just sent me a picture and said, "I have been enabled." He sent me a picture. Son of a bitch.
What did he
But
get?
He's a son of a biatch for doing this, bro. Like literally, he knows. I'll show you guys real quick. He
Exactly.
knows. I'll show you guys really quick.
Mario just said the XM White Knight bat on the bike will arrive sometime in 25. You're right.
That's
That
a
is a
sick
pretty
piece.
cool piece, though. Although it's a little weird the thigh-high boots that he's wearing in that one.
The biker boots.
Yeah, they don't look functional at all for like Batman. Like, it doesn't look like it. I don't know. I've never seen Batman wearing thigh-high boots before, so it was a little weird. But hey, the piece still looks amazing.
Yeah, I saw this post.
Son of a bitch. Because he knows.
Oh, he knows for sure.
It's a good looking figure, man. I want that one too.
Bruh, I can't wait till it arrives. It's such an amazing figure.
Dan's gonna give it to me. So
I'm not doing it.
That guy's pretty funny. He's quite the jokester.
And CC's in the chat really trying to get Mario to buy that statue for you, Leo.
She better do it because Mario, he played too much.
Just in case you didn't really drive that home in the Collecting Weekly stream, we gotta like keep making sure that
Mario's gonna get it for me. I already know. Mario's getting that. He's gonna get it for me. I already know he's gonna do it. I ain't worried about that.
25.
But anyway, yeah, follow these guys on IG and YouTube. Great content. I can't wait to see that Batman, bro. Once you release that, let me know pronto about that joint because it's gonna be crazy.
For sure.
So definitely can't wait for that. Again, if you haven't already, subscribe to the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel, Twitter and Instagram. I will be putting up another video. It's actually going to be another Take Your Position. It's going to be on the Shore Trooper. So that one actually will be tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have that one done as well as Lando. And tomorrow, if I get the Lando in, I'll show you exactly how you can act. Listen, if you're out there in the chat and you are wondering how you can actually pose the Lando without those straps, I promise you I'm going to show you. And it's fairly easy. It doesn't take much, and it won't take away the integrity of the actual figure. So do look out for that. We will actually have comic book talk with friends next Monday, so you can join us for that. It will be interesting talk about the Eternals. Next Wednesday, we'll have another Say What episode where we talk about figures collecting and everything. And hopefully I'll be able to tell you my experience at the theater watching Doom once KG Chalamet sends me my tickets. So yeah, hopefully we can talk about that. And then we will actually have an episode of, now here's the thing, this all depends on Mario, because Mario got to let us know, because Mario right now, he's doing some renovating, he's doing some moving. So I don't know like if we should do an Uncivilized Scoundrel episode next Thursday or wait till he's done, because I would much rather wait till he's done and then we can actually go all in on it. So
next Thursday should be fine. It was tomorrow so yeah, we should be able to do it next Thursday, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, not tomorrow. Like a week from.
You said tomorrow? You think we should do it?
No. Oh my God. See, you're getting on age.
You see me fucking with him, right?
You need a miracle. No, don't try to say that you were fucking. You need a miracle here. That's what you need.
Definitely we will do one. Well, see, it depends because, like I said, I gotta wait and see when Mario is free.
Mario wants you to wait a week.
So we do Uncivilized Scoundrels next week. So tomorrow we just do kind of a free form.
Yeah,
stream.
Tomorrow we're going to do a free form stream. We just talk about just figures, collecting,
maybe
stuff
there'll
like
be
that.
a little bit of a pose off with some hot toys.
I don't know. Ryan's scared right now, bro.
He can show
scared.
up. He
I don't know.
Show up, but I think
Ryan,
we can still manage a pose off.
Everybody in the chat, I think you should go on Ryan's page. Go on. If you haven't already subscribed to Jetta Patrol, subscribe to Jetta Patrol. Go in, subscribe to his group, subscribe to his channel, and just bombard his page like, hey, Leo.
Chicken.
Look, Leo called you out. He wants a pose off. So if you are a part of Jetta Patrol, go in there and just say hashtag Leo called you out. Right now. Just say hashtag Leo called you out. What's up? We both got miles, so there's no excuse. Let's go. Pose off. I'm waiting. I'm still the champ, and I have not been defeated. Let's go. Let's go, Jetta. Go hashtag right now. Right now, go in there, and it's a pose off between me and Jetta. Let's go. I'm undefeated.
We'll throw Justin in there too.
We'll throw Justin in there too if he wants to do it.
Wants to get down with the pose
Listen,
off.
Pose off. Go on the Jetta Patrol right now and say, look, hashtag Leo called you out live on 1/6 Scale. Say what? What's up? Let's go. I'm ready. I got him right there, and I'll go. I'll all day. We'll have some chips, some everything out here. Let's just go. Let's do it. But no, definitely. Glad to have everybody actually here.
Chips? What the fuck was that?
Come on, man. I'm just freestyling off off the top of the dome.
You're gonna,
Man, you know what I mean?
You're gonna get like Dorito fingers on your fucking miles. Like,
Damn.
I wear
Never
gloves.
orange stains.
I'll wear some gloves. Anyway, let me address the chat real quick before we go. We got Philip the Fool in the building. Yo, thank you for coming through. He said Jetta's going to bring that heat, though. This is going to be good. Okay, you tell him, bring that heat, because we trying to do it. I'm just thinking. Let's go. Let me see here. Who else we got? We got Corvo 383, 2 bars in the building. We got Bad Fish 5447 link in the building. We got, of course, 6 scale reviews in the building on the show. We got DK in the building, Trimble Dust. We got Mike Fiel in the building. Who else we got in here? Jason Kugler in the building. Mark's Chats in the building. We got, who else? Carbonite Kids in the building. Ryan R. Bloodsport. Thank you for coming through. Jazzy in the building. Who else we got? Mario Cortez, man, you supposed to be moving, bro. What's up, man? You stalling the process, man. Anyway, can't wait to see Mario. I would help you out, but I'm on the East Coast, so it'd take me about by flight, it'd take a good 5 hours to get there, but I'd help you out, bro. Anyway, who else we got in here? Lynch is always in the building. Let me see here. We got S Beam in the building. We got who else is in here? Linda's in the building, so thanks for coming through as always. Max Geekdom is in the building. Let's see here. Latoya T, she's probably, I bet you any amount of money when I go upstairs, she sleep with the laptop open, and the next show is planning replaying itself because she does that, but she shows her support, so I can't really talk about it.
no, she's awake because she was agreeing with everything I was saying.
Okay, well, he's never going to live that up. Luminar 843, thank you for coming through. Golden Armor Wonder Woman. Yes, I cannot wait till that drops. Still one of the ones I'm waiting on. We got, let me see who else is in here. Rodrigo 16 New Zealand is in the building, so glad you came through. We had in here earlier, so glad to see her. Wessel Figures is in the Weasels Figures in the building, so glad to see that. He had hashtag butt naked. Bob Dylan. Now, I bet you any amount of money there's going to be a GIF. Anyway,
GIF, motherfucker, GIF.
Do your research. No. Do your research. Do your research, and the guy who came up with it, he will tell you what it really meant, and it's GIF. So do it. Do your research before you talk. Anyway,
I'm a graphic designer.
It's GIF. Exactly.
As bad as it sounds, Brendan.
It's
I know,
GIF.
Dude.
You know what GIF is?
It's GIF.
Peanut
butter.
dog.
We already know, but
you can
it's
have it chunky,
GIF.
but you can't have it graphic.
It's GIF.
Yeah.
I proved my point. GIF, motherfucker. Anyway, we got, who else we got in here? Boom. Anyway, let me see here. We got Big Dog Pound 1 is in the building. We got Boston Collectors in the building. Thanks everybody for coming through. I think we had one super chat come through as well. We had one from, let me see here, 6L Mafia with a $4.99. Great tonight. It's growing up Chicago friends of all walks of life. You all, my brothers, and from another mother, judged by character, nothing else. Exactly. That's what it is. Like, seriously, at the end of the day, like I said, we're just here to talk about the influences, what we want to see. We all want that representation, and that's what I think we should actually have in a community. Our voices should be heard. So Hot Toys, if you're watching, even if you're not, spread the love, do something, man. Kind of open up, especially. Exactly. Fly over there, just let him know you passing up some money over here, man, because people are willing to spend. So anyway, on behalf
everybody, remember to subscribe to Mythos Old Man Mace Windu's YouTube channel here.
Some punk ass, like I swear. Anyway, thank you guys. Thank everybody for coming through. It's been a blast. I had a blast. Everybody here on the panel, you're always welcome anytime. So again, thanks. Love you guys. And as always, stay classy. Until the next time, say what? Peace and love.
See you guys.
Wait, what?